Hi, have you ever wondered what it's like to take your very first trip in your new RV? I'm Jennifer, the traveling publisher, and I'm about to tell you. So, I've rented a couple RVs in the past, but I actually purchased an RV for the first time last Monday in, of all things, Fort Pierce, Florida. I got a very good deal, and I flew last Monday from Pennsylvania all the way down to Fort Pierce, Florida. And then I drove 925 miles by myself back home through the wind and the rain and the fog and the trucks and the locusts. Just kidding about the locusts, but it was everything else. But I have to say, it was an amazing experience, tremendous confidence building, really fun. And let me tell you, after 16 hours, I feel pretty confident driving the RV. And so I've been a member of Harvest Host actually for a little while, and that's my first tip, is to consider joining Harvest Host. This is not sponsored, but when I rented RVs, I stayed in a couple Harvest Hosts and found it to be a wonderful experience, very easy to use, and I just have gone some really interesting places and met some extraordinary people. And so for my first trip, after being home with our RV, I thought, I'm going to go back to Florida. No, I am totally kidding. I thought, I'm going to stay in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So there's actually a couple Harvest Hosts in my town. And I thought, I could walk there. I don't think I'm going to do that. So I went a little farther afield. And I found a Harvest Host called Laurel Spring Cidery. They make cider. I thought, well, that sounds fun. So I booked it. And they were absolutely lovely to work with. And so my next tip, friends, is try to arrive in the light. I did try to arrive in the light. I left my house at 4 o'clock and I really thought I had plenty of time to get here, but I forgot about daylight savings time. I wasn't thinking how long it was going to take to check, increase the air in my tires. And I, of course, had forgotten that I have no navigational skills and I was going to take a couple of wrong turns. So by the time I got towards here, it was dark. And I got confused even coming into the driveway. And so here's another thing about Harvest Host. I called. They were perfectly lovely and helped me to get here safe and sound. Once I got here, they helped me to get my RV parked and situated. And then I went up to the cidery tasting room, where I'm going to share tip number 2. Tip number 2, friends, is when you get to meet your host and you have a little chat with them, ask for the Wi-Fi password. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to ask for the Wi-Fi password. And so now I'm going to be watching TV on my phone. So next time I'll remember, when you have a little chat, ask for the Wi-Fi. Tip is, if you stay at a Harvest Host, of course, it's highly encouraged that you spend a little bit of time with them in their store, their restaurant, or the winery, or in this case, their cidery. And so I just did just that. And my tip is to just get to know them a little bit and enjoy. I had a wonderful time. I enjoyed 6 amazing ciders, a flight, learned a lot about cider, and check it out. I've even brought a bottle home, and look at this amazing presentation. Isn't this the cutest thing? So with my flight, I got to keep the glass. So not only do I have this adorable little glass, but it's a wonderful keepsake for my visit. So thank you, Laurel Spring. My last tip, friends, is to just enjoy the ride. Consider every place you get to go a wonderful learning opportunity, a chance to meet new friends. If you have any questions about RVing or Harvest Host or Lord knows publishing, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to learn from you and help you along the way. Thanks, my friends. Like and subscribe for more. Bye-bye.